Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Rubes. For my new subscriber, my name is Ruby, and this is Rubeslifestyle. Today I am here in this video and I will be discussing in this video, this is a motivational video for young girls, and this video is not to bash anyone. This video is not to think less of anyone or above of anyone. It's more uplifting. This video is uplifting towards young females. Okay, this video is to focus, tell you what to do as a young girl in your 20s. When you develop, 20 is the year of development. Your maturity starts at 20. It's not that it is you're mature. The maturity starts at 20. Your younger mind develop at 20, and you should be focusing on yourself, self-awareness, self-future, things that is edifying and edible to you as an individual, not just a female, as an individual. Or why I am doing this video today as a young girl in their 20s. I was 20. I was in my 20, because we come up the ladder, 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 and we keep going up the ladder till we are no more. So to be focused to things that you should be focusing on in your 20s is you have to choose your friends wisely. Choose your friends wisely. You have to have respect for yourself, respect for your parents, respect for yourself, respect for your parents, and respect for self. Self-respect, self-love. In this young age, there is glitter. There's a lot of glitter, and there's a lot of persuasion, and that there's a lot of peer pressure, and there's a lot of people that can say, okay, no, like for instance, your parents discuss something with you, and you will say to your parents, oh, your parents ask you a question, and you said, okay, I am an adult now, I am in my 20s, and it's none of your business to ask me where or what I am doing, because I am in my 20s. The mistakes that I made in my 20s, if I was 20 now, I would not have made those mistakes. The mistake that I've made in my 20s, they're not so aware of who I am and what I am not supposed to be doing or not supposed to have done in my 20s. If it was now that I am here in my 20, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. I would have done things a different type of way. Because when you're in your 20, peer pressure didn't have me asking, because they said, okay, I am now 20, or I am now 22, or I am now 23, or I'm 24, or 25, wherever it is. I am not asking, because they said, okay, I am now 20, or I am now 22, or I am now 23, or I'm 24, or 25, wherever age they are. And you say, okay, I am now an adult, and you cannot ask me anything, you cannot tell me what to do, I do what I want. Number one thing that a girl in her 20s must not do is go to someone else's home. You must not go to somebody else's house to live. Whether it is a man or a woman house, when you're in your 20s, you should not be living with anybody. This is not what I am encourage anyone to do. Go leave your home. The best place for you to live in your 20s, if you cannot afford to rent a personal space for yourself, your parents. There is young girls that do not have any parents. Meaning either their parents run away and leave them, or their parents deceased, or the parents give them up for adoption. But whether they give you up for adoption, you still have a parents. But when you have a parents that grow you from you are small, only person you're supposed to be in confident with is your parents, your mother, your father. Reason being, they are the only one on earth that you can trust away from God. Your parents is the only person, whether they are cursing you, beating you, punishing you by not giving you any food to eat, punishing you for being disrespectful. Your parents, especially your mother, is the most important person that you can lay your confidentiality in. Your mother is the first and only trustworthy person away from God on this earth that you can be your confidant. So in this video, I will be telling you that as a young girl, the homes that you're supposed to be staying, if you move from your parents' house, do not move into a friend's house. Do not move into somebody else's house. Because when you move into somebody else, you said, okay, this person is my friend. And when you have a friend, it has to be a loyalty. Loyalty make you and a person his friend. Me personally, I don't have a best friend. I don't have a best girlfriend to say, yes, this female is my best friend. I don't have that. I have friends, female friends, but not as bosom friend as our person where you say, okay, this is my bosom friend. I don't have a bosom friend where you call best friend that I go and tell, oh, my husband and I having a problem, and I go and tell her, or she comes to my home and she sit down and she sleep for a month, she sleep for a week, she sleep overnight. She come and we sit down and we laugh and gossip about other people. No, I don't have those type of friends. I am far from those friends. I don't have those type of friends. It's like I'm a loner. Sometimes your company is your best friend. Your own keeping your own company is your best friend. Mark you cannot survive alone. No one can survive by themselves. Survival has to be between you and somebody's, because one and wash the other. But you don't follow me. I just don't have a best friend. If I have a problem, I play it out verbally. Verbally, that means who hear it. You cannot say I said this and I said that about you. I am not a part of heresies. You say me say. I don't have those type of relationship where you say me say. I don't keep those friends. So what I'm saying to you now as a young girl in your 20s, you has to be focused on you. One thing you're supposed to be self-awareness, focus on you, learn the principles of life, which is work hard, achieve your best self, because you have to be and enjoy your life while you're in your 20s. Enjoy yourself to the fullest, choose your friends wisely. Do not go to nobody home to sleep overnight. Do not go and live with anybody, whether he, she, or the old lady. Do not go and live with anybody at anybody else. Because when you and these people fall out, are no longer friends, they are going to tell the entire world, bill and receipt, how you smell, what you wear, you don't brush teeth, you're lazy, or this. You're not those type, you're not doing these things. But because you and they become enemy now, friend enemy, it's called friend enemy, you and them become enemy now. They are relating you, what your private parts, what you said about your mother, what you said about Tom, what you said about Dick. As a young girl, you have to walk with confidence. Things that are in my 20s, as I told you, I would have changed things differently. I have never in mix up from I know myself. I have never in mix up. I keep my own company. If something wrong, I am fierce with it. If something goes wrong, I am very fierce with it to give, and I do not appreciate mix up. So as a young girl, as I told you, Be respectful of yourself. Be careful what you do as a young girl. Be careful what you do as a young girl. I am only talking for young girl because young girl, women are the center of attraction. Women are the center of attraction, and women are the ones that people look down on. Everything that a woman does, it's recorded. For instance, you leave and you go to a woman's house and you live there. Some people, they are not just ready enough, they record you and they send it to the internet. They send it to social media, they send it to Tom and say, look here, my video this girl. You're sleeping with a guy, the guy video you and send it on the internet and social media. You go to a person's house, you are there sleeping, they record you. They record you at work, they record you doing everything. You have to be careful as a young girl what you're doing in your own space. Your parents is your own only confidant. There's no other confidant. If you pack your bag, for instance, you must not go and sleep on anybody's bed. As a young girl, you should not sleep on anyone's bed. You must not go to somebody's house, another female, and sleep on their bed. You must not go and eat out of their kitchen. You must not go and use their soap. A young girl must have their own toothbrush. When you're in your 20s, you buy your own pot. One pot, one for the meat, one for the food, one for the tea. So a young girl must have 3 pots. One for the meat, one for the food, and one for the tea. You should have 2 plates, a pair of plates. Things that a young girl should have. A pair of plate, a pair of soup bowl, dish. You should have kitchen towel, a pair of kitchen towel, a pair of fork, a pair of fork, 2, which is 2, a pair of spoon, which is 2, a knife, a cutting board, a spoon. You buy these things. If you know you're going to go on your own, you buy these things and you put down into a box inside of your home. You buy a pair of plate, a pair of spoon, a pair of drinking glass, which is 2, a pair of teacup, which is 2, right? You don't need a dozen because you are alone. So why you have 2 is in case somebody visit your home, you can give them a glass to drink. So you buy a pair of each utensil. You buy yourself a strainer, and a strainer is something that when you make your juice, you buy yourself a blender. If you don't have any money to do this, these are the simplest thing you should buy when you're moving from your parents' home to yours. Your spoon, your fork, your plate, your pot, a broom for your home, a mop for your bone, a clothespin for yourself, a wash pan for yourself. These are the things you should accumulate when you're moving from your parents' home as a young girl. You're supposed to buy your own toothbrush, bath soap, shampoo, lotion, deodorant, and a spray. So in the kitchen, you have all the utensils: knife, fork, spoon, a large spoon, a large fork for using to stir the pot. You buy yourself these for your small apartment. But leaving and goes to somebody else with only your clothes is not a good thing. That is going to be a table of content which contain discussion about how you're moving to somebody else's place. And when you move into a friend's house, a friend is capable of throwing you out. For instance, you move to a friend's house as a young girl. If you're working $10, don't believe you're going to be living at that friend. When you can live at your mom's house for free, you cannot live at a friend's house for free. A friend want to know how much you get. Light bill, sometimes when you move to a friend's house, you have to pay most of the bill. Sometimes the rent is $10. You going to have to pay 3/4 of that rent, or half of it. I'm not going to say, okay, you going to pay half or a quarter. You're going to have to pay 3/4 of the rent because you move in their sanctuary. Just like when you move into the habitat of the crocodile, You're trespassing in the crocodile's den, so he eats you. So a human being is like that, will eat you financially. A human being will eat you, a friend will eat you financially. A friend eat you financially. Family will eat you too, but it's best if a family eat you financially than a friend. Friend will eat you financially, because if you move to a friend's house, not your apartment, a friend's house, you're going to have to pay half of the rent. You're going to have to clean their kitchen, half of the light bill, half of the water bill, half of the internet bill. In which you live at your parents' house and you pay nothing. You live at your parents' house and you say, okay, I'm going to contribute $1. You live at your parents' house and you contribute penny to nothing at all. You don't buy soap, you don't buy food, you don't buy nothing for yourself. You don't pay no bill. While you go to a friend's house and you're going to have to pay all their utility, part of their utility. If you don't mind shop, you will have to sweep their yard, clean the bathroom, wash the sheet them. Sometimes you go and you live with, they have more than one family member at their home, you will have to wash all their family member clothes. If they don't have a machine, you will have to wash it with your hand. You will have to sweep your yard, and guess what? You have never sweep your parents' house. You have never sweep your mother yard or your father yard. They never sweep there. You don't clean the bathroom unless they tell you. You go to a friend's house, you have to wash their sheet, you have to wash their plate, you have to cook for them, and you have to work. And sometimes you have to also sex their family member or sex their friend as a female, right? To sleeping with them. You have to buy grocery with them, and when you take a stock, you end up with nothing. You and them not saying hi to hi because you are not able to contribute to the best of their ability. They said, okay, you have to come out of my place. It happened here in Jamaica, and it happened in the United States. It happened everywhere worldwide. You see people go to people's yard and they just say, hey, you have to leave my yard. Some people fight, because I've seen video from last week bubbling up over the internet. People leave and go to people's yard, and they said, okay, I'll pay rent, and when you take a stock, they're out on the street. In Jamaica here, this is not the first nor the last. As a young lady, you don't do those things. You stay on your parents, no matter what happened between you and your parents, you stay at their feet. You stay at your parents' feet, because your parents will not harm you. Some parents will harm you, but I personally would not harm my children, because I would want the best for them. And I would not harm any young people that come around me, because I would want the best for them. But if you are aggravating me, I will say, okay, you got to leave. And because you want to leave, you said, okay, I am going to my friend. When you go to your friend, you're feeling the pinch of hell, because hell is at people's house. Hell is at people's house. Hell is always at people's house. Hell is at friends' house. If you're not moving from your parents' home, move to your own space. You may not be able to buy a property, but you will be able to rent an apartment. Do not move on as a girl, as I said before, on somebody's bed, because you will feel the sufferation on the road, especially here in Jamaica, where you move to a friend's house. There's a lot of friends, a lot of people. Even sometimes you will see a person lost looking out of space, and reason being the pressure, they have nowhere to go, so they have to stoop. A friend said, okay, you got to wash my clothes. Even their panties, sometimes they say, okay, you have to wash my panty. You have to wash. You have to wash this, you have to do this, you have to do that for me. And you become a slave driver at people's house. And it's no joke. It's no joke. Sometimes you experience it at family's house, and it's no joke. What I am saying now in my video here, it's no joke. Sometimes they said experience teaches you wisdom. And experience teaches me a lot of wisdom. That is why I can say a lot of things. If I am saying a lot of things right now in my video, that you must not, as a young girl, go to people's house. If you go to a male house, the first thing he's going to do is want to sleep with you. A male is want to sleep with you. That is why A male, the first thing he wants is to have sex with you or sleep with you at night. You go to a male house, and every day of the week you are going to be having a more than a married woman who would have sex for the week. You understand? So going to somebody else is not a great thing as a young girl. You have to focus, you have to love yourself, you have to learn wisdom. You have to learn, educate yourself as a young girl. Educate your mind, educate yourself with wisdom. Sit down and think and say, oh, this is not good for me. Sometimes some people, young girls in general, meet some tragic end and some dangerous part, and they are afraid to get back home to their parents because they choose the wrong destination and the wrong path, and they fail to reach back. Some of them, they cannot even tell you what they have encountered, because I know that the world is not normal. I know that people is desperate, the wicked people is evil, especially women are evil against women, right? So this is a young girl video, and a video to encourage any young girl that is considering to move in with a friend. Do not do that. Do not move into a male house. Do not move into a female apartment. Stay until you can able to buy or stay and sleep. Sometimes you leave your own bed and go to sleep on somebody else's bed. You have your own room and you leave it, say, okay, I am not happy at home. And the first place you find yourself in somebody else's bed, and you feel like, okay, there is happiness in somebody else's space. No, the happiness is in your own space and amongst your family. Okay, amongst your family, amongst your mother especially. They are the safe haven for all young girls. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. And I appreciate every single one of you that are watching my video and those that are coming back. But please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in my next video, okay?